When can I breathe? It said don't breathe. Hi. Sorry. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant the Movie and TV Guy, and we have two videos back to back for y'all, or you guys. Let's start with the first one. And then we'll take a beat, and then we'll come back for the second. So, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy, and we're going to talk about a movie today. I've been personally looking quite forward to seeing. A big fan of the original, and that movie is Don't Breathe 2. Don't Breathe 2 is, let's see. It's late, I know it is. I saw two movies back to back. Don't Breathe 2 is directed by, I'm going to butcher your name, Rodo Sayagas? Rodo Sayagas. And it's co-written by Fede Alvarez, who directed the original. And what's Don't Breathe 2 about? Well, it picks up approximately 8 years after the original film. We quickly meet up again with Norman Nordstrom, aka the Blind Man. He has been raising a young girl he named Phoenix, training her about the outside world, but he seems a little persnickety about letting her out into the world. They can get too dangerous. Soon, these bad guys with ties maybe to the little girl show up and take her. And now it's up to the blind man to save the day, which is a little odd, and I'll get to that. And they like the first movie. They think they're dealing with a normal blind man. They don't know he has skills. Okay, Don't Breathe 2. I'm going to let you write about it. Don't Breathe 2 is a movie I liked with severe reservations. Basically, no, it is not as good as the first film. Not even close. The original not only had Stephen Lang, who again is good here, but also had the benefit of two fine young actors in Jane Levy and Dylan Minnette. They're not in this one at all, not even through archive footage. Basically, this movie, as a grungy, similar to the first one, as a grungy, like, exploitation, blackly comic action horror film, Don't Breathe 2 does deliver the goods. It's bloody, it's gory, it has moments that even make me go, shit. It's really freaking gory. Like, it's gorier than the first movie. Here's the problem, though. I don't know how to talk about this without getting into some spoilers, so it's, I guess, a minor spoiler warning. Basically, especially the first one, anyone who remembers the first one, here's the twist. Trigger warning. Here's the twist. Norman Nordstrom is not just a psychopath and not just a veteran. He's inseminating women against their will, we find out in the first film. He tries to do the same thing to Jane Levy with a turkey baster. Basically, he's a monster. He's a rapist, he's a murderer, he's a guy who is pure evil. This movie tries to do the Terminator 2 thing, where basically it turns the bad guy into an anti-hero. Fair enough, but not with this character. So what they choose to do instead is, the bad guys in this film, who do have a connection to the little girl, I'm not going to say what, but they have a very, deep connection to the little girl, do something so despicably vile and disgusting to this young woman, or try to, they don't succeed, don't worry, no children are actually really horribly harmed in this film, but they try to do it. And it's supposed to almost redirect any questions the audience has by saying, oh, but see, he's good now compared to these people. No, they're both evil. The little girl just needs to get away from both of them, basically. And that was my biggest issue with Don't Breathe 2, is that it could have just had the blind man just be a bad guy. Or could have just basically done. Now, I give it credit for trying to do something new with the formula of the first film, but my biggest thing is it did leave kind of a sour taste in my mouth on the basis of the implications of the first movie don't carry over into the second film enough, but they know that the audience more than likely has seen the first movie who are going to see the sequel, because they liked the first movie, and it is a really good exploitation film. So basically, you're going into this film knowing what the blind man did if you saw the first movie, and you're sitting there going like, they're just doubling down and backpedaling. It's kind of horrid. So, despite that, and don't hate me, despite that, if you are just looking for a horror pick, like a bloody, gory horror film with some clever ideas, one particularly involving a jingle bell against one of the bad guys I thought was actually very creative, Don't Breathe 2 does deliver the goods, but it's kind of a head and heart kind of thing. My head is telling me, yes, this was a visceral, bloody horror matinee flick. My heart is telling me I should not endorse this film because of the way it treats the first film's events. So I'm going to meet in the middle. I'm going to give Don't Breathe 2... I'm going to give Don't Breathe 2 3 stars. That's what I'll do. 3 stars, it's just under the line of matinee. I would probably give it a matinee, except that I just don't really want to... This is a weird one. I don't really want people to pay money to see this movie, just because I wanted to kind of tell people, like, look, you can't ignore that kind of evil shit. You just can't. You can't in a movie. There has to be implications that carry over, and this movie didn't really want to go with any of it. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. That's it. This was a hard one to review. Trailer trash, let's do that. Close the book on it. 3 stars, so Don't Breathe. That 2. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was entertaining enough, but at the same time, it really did leave kind of a sour taste in my mouth as a human being. As a horror movie fan and as a movie lover, it was a great B movie, but as a human being, it really kind of was sour. I just didn't care really for that movie as much. It was too bad. Because I really love the first one. The first one really did, but it actually treated the blind man like a bad guy. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't buy that. That's too much of a leap for me to take, movie. Okay, trailer trash, though. We can go through a lot of these. First one, though, Cry Macho. I have not seen this trailer before. This looks kind of interesting. It's a new Clint Eastwood film. Looks kind of like a Western type of thing with him. Kind of calling back to his earlier roles. Looks interesting. Jackass Forever, we talked about it. I'm excited. Halloween Kills, talked about it. I'm excited. Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. Excited. The Protege. Seeing that next weekend, I'm excited. The Night House. Seeing that also next week, I'm excited. These 2 trailers we've talked about before, but they're new trailers. Ghostbusters Afterlife, this is the new one. It looks very good. I like the Easter eggs. I'm looking forward to it. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to sit here and say that Venom was a masterpiece, but it was definitely an entertaining, sort of not great movie. I don't know. Tom Hardy was good, but Tom Hardy's good anyway. Yeah, that's it for trailer trash. Was there shawarma? Yeah. After the credits of Don't Breathe 2, there is a very quick post-credit scene involving the dog. That's all I'll say. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth sticking around for, but if you're already there, you might as well. Kind of ties something up. Alright. Wasn't a big fan of this one. In fact, screw it. I'm changing my score. I'm changing my... the moral implications of it were too much for me to bear. Don't Breathe 2 gets 2 stars. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Yeah. I can't condone this movie. As much as I was invested in it, and as much as it did entertain me, I can't... on its more basest kind of levels, I can't endorse what the movie is saying. It was disappointing. Don't try to justify a monsters movie, please. That just really rubs me the wrong way. Okay, we'll be back soon with a movie that I will probably, almost certainly have a more positive take on. Let's put it this way. The next review will be coming up later tonight, and it will be... You know what it is. RESPECT. Found out what it means to me. That's why I'm so late. It's a long movie. It's almost an hour longer than this film. So... We'll be back, and then, we'll be back with Respect, and then we will be talking some more. Also, I've discovered that, and this is going to add to my night, the first 4 episodes of the final season of Grace and Frankie came out. Netflix, you're not helping my insomnia, but yes, I will watch them. I'm going to do a full review when the full season's out, but I'll watch them while they're out. Alright, sorry, horror fans, I gotta lie on my sword here, I can't condone Don't Breathe 2. It's also just kind of cruel and icky in the way it's done, even in comparison to the first one. Yeah, I mean, a rental, but just, I don't want this movie to get money. It's one of those situations where it's a good movie that I can't recommend, just because in every way that a movie is a movie, it's good, but morally, I can't condone Don't Breathe 2. Alright. So, yeah. Love you all, appreciate you all, love y'all, Class Smiths, love you 3000, be kind to one another. We will be back very soon, later tonight even, for the second half of this double bill. Yeah. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Oh, happy birthday, Katie, my sister. Their birthday is tomorrow. Alright. Oh, if you like this, like it if you wanna. Dislike it if you wanna, I guess. Or no, don't dislike it. Please don't dislike it. I love you all. Subscribe. Click the bell. I don't know what it does, but you can click it if you wanna. And then also, if you wanna find me elsewhere, I am at on Letterboxd.com rather, at Grant the Movie and TV Guy. Yeah. Thank you all. See you very soon. Bye.